moksha labhai. Madhva Dhamodarananta Vishno Prashida Prabho Dukha Jalak Bimagnam Vishno Prashida Prabho Dukha Jalak Kripadristri Vristyaditinam Batano Grihane Shamanagya Edyakshidriksha Kuberhammajo Badha Murtyai Vajadvad Tvajamochitao Bhakti Vajau Kritau Cha Tatha prema bhaktin swakam me prajacha namokshe graho misti damodareha. Namode Namaste studadme spuradipti damne Tvadi yodarajata vishwashadamne Studamne spuradipti damne Tvadi yodarajata vishwashadamne Namo Radhika Jai Tvadi Jai Priya Jai Namo Nanta Lila Jadeva Jatubhyam Namo Radhika Jai Tvadi Jai Priya Jai Namo Nanta Lila Jadeva Jatubhyam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. Jaya Kishor Kishori Kishor Kishori Kishor Kishori Jaya Kishor Kishori. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Radha Damodar Ki Jai. To the Supreme Controller, who possesses an eternal form of blissful knowledge, whose glistening earrings swing to and fro, who manifests himself in Gokula, who stole the butter that the gopis kept hanging from the rafter of the storerooms, and who then quickly jumped up and ran in retreat in fear of Mother Yasoda, but was ultimately caught. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodar I offer my humble obeisances.
Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful and his breathing quick. And as Mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes, he shivered in fright and his pearl necklace shook. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, who is bound with his devotees' love, I offer my humble obeisances.
Those super excellent pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna's babyhood drowned the inhabitants of Gokul in pools of ecstasy. To the devotees who are attracted only to his majestic aspects of Narayan and Vaikuntha, the Lord herein reveals, I am conquered and overwhelmed by pure loving devotion. To the Supreme Lord Damodar, my obeisances hundreds and hundreds of times.
O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for liberation, nor eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. O Lord, I do not even want to know your features, Paramatma. I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart.
O Lord, the cheeks of your blackish lotus feet, which is encircled by locks of curling hair, have become reddened with bimba fruit due to Mother Yasoda's kisses. What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulences are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind.
O unlimited Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. I'm drowning in an ocean of sorrow, and am almost like a dead man. Please shower the rain of mercy on me, uplift me, and protect me with your nectarian vision.
O Lord Damodar, in your form as a baby, Mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone as rope for tying cows. You then freed the sons of Kubera, Manigriva, and Nalakuvara, who were cursed to stand as trees, and you gave them the chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in the same way. I have no desire for liberation into your effulgence.
O Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound with rope by Mother Yasoda. To this rope I offer my humble obeisances. I offer my obeisances to your most beloved Radharani and to your unlimited pastimes.
So today is the last day that His Holiness Hanumat Presaka
Okay. And this is okay. Oh, today's verse, no? Okay. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Kishore Kishori ki jai. And this is text 11, no? Okay, yeah. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Balaba Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Bahalaba Girivaradori Balaba Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Bandachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah. So this is an interesting song. Srila Prabhupada, he was in India and trying for so long to establish this movement, to accomplish his mission, which was preaching in English language, everything else like that, And he was trying to get people to sponsor the Bhagavatam, to print it, like that. So he went to Gita Press, which is a big, big publisher in India. And they were started by Hanumat Presaka Swami. That was the man's name. And a big guy, kind of mystical person, devotee, And he did a lot of things, So Gita Press, the idea, their mission was to print all these things, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Bhagavatam, so the common people could afford them. That was their mission. So Prabhupada went and saw him. And by then he renounced his business and everything else, was living just like a sadhu, very simply, And he saw Prabhupada's manuscript, I guess for the whole first canto. And when Prabhupada came back, he said, it's wonderful, everything else, he said, but I don't do any management with the press anymore, but I'm pretty sure that all their funds are tied up for 2 years at least, in terms of they've already, got contracts and everything else. But I want to personally give you 100 rupees, which now is like $1.50 or something. But then for a sadhu, that was a lot of money. It was for a very sincere donation at that time. And he said, and here's a letter, I think it was a letter he gave to the OK Press in Delhi, because they've done helped us before, maybe they can help you, So I went there and they said, okay, if Babaji is recommending you, Swamiji, of course will help, So after that, all they did was just charge Prabhupada for the price of paper and things like that, and probably would collate everything himself, and like that, and so on. So he gave a lot of help, to our movement, Hanumat Presaka Swami. Okay. And then after Prabhupada came to the West and was successful, right? Then he came back to India, and now he came back with his dancing white elephants and all this kind of stuff, Yeah. And then eventually they went to Gorakhpur, which is where the Gita Press had its offices. And Prabhupada said, where is Hanumat Presaka Swami? He said, oh, Swamiji, he's very sick and looks like he's not going to last much more. But he's over in that building there on the second floor. I'm sure he'll be glad to see you. So Satsvarup Maharaj describes they went there, and they went up, and Hanumat Presaka Swami was, like skin and bones and just barely hanging in there. And so Prabhupada came in, he tried to push himself up, and Prabhupada said, no, it's okay, that. So he sat there. So he couldn't even talk, So Prabhupada just put a chair like where he was looking at him, invited him, just started chanting and stuff like japa. And I think Satsvarup Maharaj and somebody else were there on the floor. You got it doubled up underneath there. Yeah, your primary go. You got it. Yeah. And so they probably was chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, like that, And Satsvarup Maharaj said it was obvious that they were like, communicating on this kind of subtle platform, like probably kind of smiling, and he'd be kind of smiling, and then probably look serious, and you go, yeah. And he had different experiences like that. He saw different departed people and stuff, so very elevated person. Okay. So this is kind of like common, I guess the donation, I'm not sure about that, but kind of common knowledge. But here's now the secret knowledge. Hanumat Presaka Swami, during his life, he describes that 3 times he had like, a darshan of Radha and Krishna, something. Maybe probably all of you had something like that. You saw a cowherd boy, or one moment it actually was Goloka, no? Yeah. It's common, yeah. Some moments, you have some experience like that. Anyway, he had a darshan of Radha and Krishna 3 times. And the form he saw, because so many names, Radha Gopinath, Kishore Kishori. So he called his deities Radha Madhava, which is, husband of the goddess of fortune. And then he had an artist, work with an artist until he got a picture of what his experience was, like that, and so on. Yeah, that's what I saw, Actually, Tamal Krishna Maharaj had a syncana vision of Radha Nila Madhava, and then when it worked out the thing, and then the Radha Nila Madhava in Texas are carved to his personal experience. So anyway, that was his Ista Devata, his own deities, Radha Madhava. So the next morning after Prabhupada talked to Hanumat Presaka Swami, for the first time before the Bhagavatam class, he started chanting Jaya Radha Madhava, like that. You understand, grasshopper? Yeah. I'm not sure, but it's very interesting. The first time after seeing Hanumat Presaka Swami, and probably knew his deities Radha Madhava, started chanting that. And then it's very famous because Prabhupada's voice broke. He went into what is it? Sattvika Bhava. He's in ecstasy, chanting Jaya Radha Madhava. So everything is there. Prabhupada says, Jaya Radha Madhava, everything is there. The Radha, Krishna, the Gopis, Jamuna, Govardhan Hill, the Brisbasis, everything else. Yeah. And we're chanting all these things every day, so why not learn what the words mean? Like that. Sangsara Dava Lada Loda Lida Shanaya. No. And even if you know the words, half the time you're probably not pronouncing them right. Where does it go? Shiradika Madhyabayora Para. It's Pratik Shana. It's not Pratik Shana. It's Prati Krana. Every Krana. A Kshana is like a blink or something. That's much longer than that. So, Naimisha is a blink, like Naimisharanya. But Kshana is a little bit longer, maybe like 3 seconds or something. I don't know, something like that. So Pratishana, Pratikhana. Yeah. There are many kind of subtle things like that, which you listen to somebody, you can tell. It's not Guru Puj. Puj means mucus in Hindi, right? So please come on Thursday. We're having Maha Guru Puj, like that. Yes, our Guru is going to spit on everybody, like that. Tulsi Puj, like that. Some of these things are okay, but some of them just don't make it in terms of in terms of the translation and stuff. Yeah, mispronunciations. Yeah. So, yeah, Simunachira Banachari. Everything is there. You can chant it all day if you want to. You can do it during kirtans. You can. That is restricted to this one time, of course. But then Prabhupada made it a standard thing in ISKCON. He made Jamuna's Brahma Samhita prayers standard and so on. So we have like very things which are specific to to ISKCON. We're a part of the Gaudiya Sampradaya. There are many other groups following Raghunath different following Lord Chaitanya. Many of them have deviations. Bhaktisiddhanta had a whole list. Aula, Baula, Garanga Nagari, Saki Beki. Saki Beki, the guru dressed all his sannyasis up like women with saris and put on makeup, because you're following the mood of the Sakis like that. So I would be up here with a sorry like that. Yeah. Another one, the wife wife spends the first night with the guru, and that way she becomes Mahaprasad. Yeah, I mean, that's one where I'm pushing it. The other ones you can't even discuss them. We've had a long tradition, 500 years, and there've been people with 5,000, 6,000 disciples who've really been off the deep end in terms of in Lord Chaitanya's philosophy and stuff. Ramakrishna, the very famous guy, he's also worshiping Lord Chaitanya, but his philosophy was quite different than ours. So we specifically are not following Lord Chaitanya, we're following Lord Chaitanya through Rupa Goswami. We're Rupanugas. The prayer in the Bhagavatam starts off, Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam, Stapitam Jena Bhutale, Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam. That's the prayer that specifically authorizes Rupa Goswami as the Acharya after Lord Chaitanya. I think it's from Chaitanya Charitamrita and stuff, So very specific, in culture, So this is the Jaya Radha Madhava, very nice. You know the words? Jaya Radha Madhava, what does that mean? Yeah, I think Ma means any goddess like that. Ma, mother, and Dava means probably something or other. So Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari. Kunja in Spanish? Huh? Yeah. Or Arboleda. Grove. It means with some nice trees and places like that. Kunja Bihari. Enjoying. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Okay, it's a nice place to enjoy. Gopi Jana Balaba. Every day you're chanting this. If you know the words, it makes a big difference. It's bhakti yoga. Don't waste your time. Gopi? Okay. Jana? Huh? People. Yeah. Loksab, Jansab. Gopi Jana Bhalaba. Boyfriend. You can also say Jaya Sita Ram, Janaki Balaba. Ram is the beloved of Janaki, of Sita. So Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Balaba. He's the boyfriend of the Gopi people. Gopi Jana Balaba. Jamuna, no, we got the Gopi Jana Balaba. Giri. Huh? Mountain. Var. Shrestha Bar. Girivar. The best of the Brahmanas. Shrestha Bar. Dvijavar. Girivar Adhari. That's carrying. Girivar Adhari. Gopijana Balaba Girivar Adhari. All these pastimes. Yashoda Nandana. The darling of Yashoda, like that. Of course, we should have the whole dance drama for this too, right? ISKCON should have, instead of trying to do the Ras Leela, should have a nice dance for Jaya Radha Madhava and Gaur Artik. They're very descriptive, Yashoda Nandana. What else we got? Braja Jana Ranjana. I had the word Jana before. You still remember it? Braja Jana Ranjana means like enthusiastic and enlivening. Krishna comes home in the evening. There's a deity in Gujarat, Kirtamashan. You say he has his kind of his thumb in his belt like this, like that. It's a very popular deity in Gujarat. And you see a picture of Prabhupada with a Kirtamashan in his room like that. It means the little boy who thinks he's a big man, like that. So Krishna's coming home in the evening with the cowherd boys, and they're covered with dust and everything else, and the cows are running, and everyone's coming out. If you go to Vrindavan during the daytime, nobody has a mind, right? You go to some place, you're trying to buy something, the guy says, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tell the guy is thinking about something else. So in Vrindavan during the daytime, their minds are off with Krishna and Balaram and the cowherd boys and what's happening, and messengers are going back and forth and delivering snacks like that, so on. Okay, so when he comes home in the evening, it's a big festival every night. What's happening? And they're playing this song about who we killed today. This is what happened today. So he's enlivening, Brajajana Ranjana, like that. He's saluting the mayor, like that, the police chief, like that. He's only 7 years old. Yeah. Okay, and then finally the last one, Jamuna Tira Banachari. Jamuna, yeah, the sister of Yamaraj. Yeah, Yama and Jamuna, yeah, sister. So you can pray to her to talk to her brother about your account. Yeah, Jamuna Tira, shore, Bana, forest. Achari, wandering, yeah. He's wandering on the forests on the bank of the Jamuna, like that. Yeah. So if you want a straightforward God, you should probably worship Jehovah or Allah, like that. But Krishna is always, curving and running this way and that thing and everything else. He's not a straightforward fellow. He's full of joking and double meanings and everything else like that. So on. Okay. I'll do one more time. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Balaba Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari. Shri Radha Madhavasaki ki jai. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sa Tvam Samihitam Adah Stiti Janma Nasham. Satvam Samihitam Adah Stiti Janma Nasham. Satvam Samihitam Adah Stiti Janma Nasham. Bhute hitam cha jagato bhava bandha mokshao. Bhute hitam cha jagato bhava bandha mokshao. Vayur yata visatikam cha characharakyam. Mayor yata visatikam cha characharakam. Wow. Sarvam Tad. That's going to break it up here. Atmakataya. We got here something else. Avagama. Atmakataya avagamo. Varun say. Sarvam tat avakatat yayavagamo varun say. Satvam samhitam adastiti janmanasham. Bhute hitam jagato bhava bandha moksham. Moksham. Vayurata visatikam cha characharakyam. Sarvam tad atmakaya vagamo varun say. Boliye. Ladies? Saha, your lordship. Tvam, the supreme personality of Godhead. Samihitam, which was created by you. Adaha, of this material cosmic manifestation. Stiti Janma Nasham. Creation, maintenance, annihilation. Bhuta. of the living entities, ihitam cha, and the different activities or endeavors, jagataha, of the whole world, bhava bandha mokshau, in being implicated and being liberated from material combinations. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Vayu, the air. Yatha, as Vishati enters, come, in the vast sky. Cha, and Chara achara akhyam, and everything moving and non-moving. So we have the same word, Jamuna Tira Ban Achari, right? Achari, moving along the Jamuna. See, once you begin to actually pay attention, you'll start to recognize the words, and after a while you start to build up a vocabulary. Yeah. And what you can also do is every day you can take the first letter in the Devanagari and try and write it and memorize it. And pretty soon you'll be able to read Devanagari, right? Yeah? Yes. There's some big Sanskritist, atheist demon says, do you know Sanskrit? You can say, I have a practical understanding. I have a working knowledge. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, where are we here? Moving and non-moving. Okay. Chara charam. Sarvam, everything. Tat, that. Atma kataya, because of your presence. Avagamah, everything is known to you. Avaruniste, yeah, you are all pervading and therefore know everything. Okay. My Lord, you are the supreme knowledge personified. You know everything about this creation and its beginning, maintenance, and annihilation. And you know all the endeavors made by the living entities by which they are either implicated in this material world or liberated from it. As the air enters the vast sky and also enters the bodies of all moving and non-moving entities, you are present everywhere, and therefore you are the knower of all. Okay, wow. So this is about Krishna being omnipresent and omniscient, right? Omnipresent and omniscient. He knows everything and he's everywhere, right? And he's also omnivorous too. He also eats everybody. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Eko pyashau rachayatum jagaranda kotim yachchakshirasti jagaranda chayayadanta andantarasta paramanu chayadyadanta. Boy, andantarastu paramanu chayantarastam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This is a Bhakti by Baba verse. If you do Bhakti by Baba, and you should know this. You know, you see Prabhupada quotes this, the Acharyas quote this verse again and again. You know, and I'm trying to refresh my memory. I worship I worship the personality of Godhead Govinda, who by one of his plenary portions enters the existence of everything. Yeah, boy, enters the existence of every universe and every atomic particle, and thus manifests his infinite energy unlimitedly throughout the material creation. I worship the personality of Godhead Govinda, who by one of his plenary portions enters the existence of every universe and every atomic particle, and thus manifests his infinite energy unlimitedly throughout the material creation. Brahma Samhita 5:35. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitabis tabirya eva nija rupa taya kalabi goloka eva nivasata kilatma bhuto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord who resides in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency, Hladini. Their companions are her confidants, who embody extensions of her bodily form and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful spiritual rasa. Okay? Yeah. Although Govinda is always present in his abode, Goloka eva nivasati, he is simultaneously present everywhere. Nothing is unknown to him. Nothing can be hidden from him. Yeah? The example given here compares the Lord to the air, yeah? Which is within the vast sky and within every body, but still is different from everything. Okay. So, any questions? Comments? Yes, sir. Yeah. Here comes the Fernsprecher. Yes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj,
Hare Krishna.
for your class. And thank you for blessing us with your association for the last week. In this verses, Purport mentions that Krishna is, he knows everything because he's everywhere. So, what comes to mind is that a lot of times we may think externally, somebody may commit offenses publicly. But a lot of times, at least in the beginning of my Christian consciousness, when you commit offenses behind, that's in closed doors or even in your mind.
Behind your lying eye.
Yeah, exactly. So we may think that's not detrimental to our Christian consciousness, but can you explain how it is and what can we do about it, or like to what extent is it detrimental to our consciousness? To what extent is committing offenses either behind closed doors? Because a lot of times I won't get a reaction because nobody sees it. Yeah. Krishna sees it. Yeah. And even in our mind, we can't hide from our thoughts from Krishna. Yeah. So how detrimental to what extent is this detrimental to our Krishna consciousness? And can you elaborate on that point?
Once upon a time, there's a Los Angeles temple, Watsika. Then it goes right onto Venice Boulevard, which is two lanes one way, divided grass in the middle, 2 lanes the other way, if you know it like that. So maybe about 5 blocks away on Venice, maybe not that far, maybe about 3 blocks away on Venice Boulevard, even less than that, There was these guys, county workers working on the water pipes and that kind of stuff. They had a backhoe, one of these big things, that dump the dirt like that. So everybody kind of stopped for lunch in the foreman. One guy was kind of finishing working, and he was covering like a pipe like about this big, and he hit it with the teeth on the backhoe, whap, and it broke a hole in it, and this high pressure water started shooting out, went right across Venice Boulevard, right into the 2nd-story window like that, And so the foreman jumps up and he's just getting on his phone and screaming, this and that, at the control guys to get it turned off. And everybody's waiting for the waters to stop. Okay, it's not stopping. And so some guy a little more agitated drove his car through it, But it wasn't water. It was gasoline under high pressure. So when his car hit it and it hit his engine, and I guess that guy was, whatever. Yeah. So now this thing is shooting out, flaming gasoline. 2nd-story window. It's rolling down the street. The stuff burning. Signs on both sides of the street are melting, and the temple is like 3 blocks away. It's coming down the road. These flames are rising up. And then it's going on down the side streets a little bit and burning. So Jayatirtha was there with Narayana Das. He built the first Rath Yatra cart with Jayananda. He's a very emotional person like that and stuff. So artist. So anyway, he and Jayatirtha were in the alley behind the main street. They're looking down because some of it was coming like the gas coming and stuff, And he started to run down the alley, and Jayatirtha, GBC, everything. He said, "You can't go down there. There are fires there, and stuff." And he said, "My family is on the opposite side of that fire." So he started running through it, And Jayatirtha said it was just like something out of the Bhagavatam, like the attached grihasta, running through hell, these fires up, So So anyway, I was running everywhere screaming. So they took Rukmini Dwarkadish out of the temple and headed down the street with him like that. So, where are we going to go? Head Pujari's house. So they got there, and okay, So head Pujari's over there. His wife's in curlers, the kids are watching Bart Simpson on television. They're eating like, Frito corn chips or something like that, So he opens the door up and there's, Rukmini Dwarkadish, hide the corn chips, turn off Bart Simpson, clean up the table and stuff and put them right there and stuff. So he stayed for I think 2 nights or something, 1 night. So he said exactly that. He was a Pujari. He was always thinking, well, when I'm on the altar, I got to be good and stuff and control my mind. But when I'm in my house and they don't know what's happening and they can't come here and catch me. It was like externally something's going on, but internally too. And you're externally you can say they can go anywhere they want to, but internally you're thinking, they did this, so on. So Krishna knows, what's going on. He allows us to have some privacy for our thing. How many people here would like it if everybody could read your mind all day long? Yeah, lust, anger, yeah. So okay, that's it's okay, it's good. yeah. But so it's a thing like that. It's kind of between us and Krishna and the Super Soul, and he knows what's going on, yeah. And so it depends, Some things, we should we should keep them quiet, Yeah, we have some anger towards people like that. I mean, how many times a day do you think angry thoughts towards people? It's just you're not even thinking them. I mean, your mind is doing it. You catch like a bad dog on a leash, you got to keep the thing under control, So this is not me, this is my mind, my rascal mind, okay, So okay, so some things, we should keep them to ourselves. They don't matter. Krishna doesn't care about it. You're trying your best. One brahmachari, he was, I forgot his name, I think he's GBC secretary, guru, sannyasi now. But when he was a brahmachari, he wrote to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I can't stop thinking about illicit sex, And Prabhupada said, because of the birth you've taken, you won't be able to stop thinking about it, But you'll be able to tolerate it if you engage in devotional service. So some of this stuff we're going to have right to the last day of our death. One of my disciples, Lakshmanagar Jahadas, he decided at 12 years old he wanted to be a Catholic monk. Some monks came to his high school, his primary school. They were singing Christian songs and stuff, and that's what I want to do. So these programs in primary schools and stuff, you can get them. Extremely important, That's when people make a choice many times what they're going to do in life. Very young age like that. So you can work out programs, you can do school programs and stuff. One of the things they do in Spain is called A Day in India. Like that, And then they introduce things. They get Krishna consciousness, but they introduce it from this broad cultural thing, and maybe bring some cow patties into the classroom like that. Like that. And whatever, you can make it a very interesting experience and stuff like that and so on. And then, they also have it on the farm and stuff. So people come to the farm, they bring their kids there, they milk a cow, they do all this thing, it's very, you have to understand what your mission is, your preaching mission is, and so on. So many ways. Okay. So, preaching in the primary school. So he decided. So then when he graduated from high school, he went into a Catholic monastery program. It's interesting. They're extremely organized, how they do this whole thing. I think the first year, they're really down in your case and stuff like that, what you're going to do, everything else. In the first year, the brahmachari ashram is like really regulated, controlled. They were in Chosica, where the temple is. It's about 20 miles from Lima. And they had a big wall around their monastery like that, with 10-foot tall wall and stuff, and you couldn't see out and stuff. So the first year was like boot camp, really intense. Every afternoon they had to do like 45 rosaries every day and study. He was French, Marescal order, and they're teachers like that. So that's their teaching thing. So they were learning the thing, going through their bachelor's degree, and every afternoon they would have to do sports. So they have a lot of physical activity. And they had different festivals, and when they were good, they would give them brandy. They got brandy when they were good, and so on. So you saw the difference becoming a devotee. And also they did limit the beef and stuff like that and stuff. You know, it was even that. At least it was like more towards turkey and chicken and stuff. You know, and austerity. You know, but he said it was very nice. It really was a good spiritual content and stuff, discipline. The second year, okay, you got to go down to Lima to start studying at their university and stuff like that and so on. So he went all the way 4 years of the thing, and and then he. You know, he got to the point where he was supposed to take his lifelong vows, and he decided, well, I don't want to, you know, and so on. So he went out and eventually became a Hare Krishna devotee, you know. But one of they have somebody, he was they have a guru, like a, you know, what do you call it, like an abbot or somebody who's their preceptor, like a Radha Maharaj's program where you have your counselor and stuff like that. So maybe in there, maybe like 15 monks, and one guy was their senior guy and their director. So one of them asked him, he says, when does the sexual agitation end, you know? And the guy said, 15 minutes after you die. so, okay. But Prabhupada says you engage in devotional service, he tucham, it becomes insignificant. It's there, but it's no longer like a controlling factor. And it's good to remind us, you know, it's the kind of birth I took and everything else, and it's good, you know. Yeah, to remind me, yeah, and so on. Yeah, so some things, yeah, we should keep to ourselves, you know. Some things we should make public. Yeah. Guyamakati Prichati. Kanistadakari, we talk in general about things, you know. Hey, Prabhu, I heard that so-and-so in the temple did this and that and that. Yeah, some things are going on, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. yeah, but Madhyamadakari, yeah, Prabhu, but President's doing this and that and so forth and that. Okay, yeah. Uttamadakari, well, because he this and that, you know, very intimate what happened and stuff. Yeah, so we learn to tell people, you know, because as soon as we get association and make our things more public, then it's so much easier to deal with them, right? Yeah, as soon as everybody, you know, if everybody knows you have this problem with something or other, you know, then it's like automatically, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, it's easy to control it then and stuff. You know, yeah, right, okay. Questions? Yes. Yes, German.
In the Brahma Samhita verse, it says that by Krishna's plenary portion, he expands into, and he knows everything. Is that, I kind of forgot my question exactly with the verse, but so like Krishna in Goloka, he's not necessarily like thinking about everything all the time, right? He's thinking about playing.
Well, there's no Paramatma in the spiritual world. Yeah, Paramatma only exists in a way. How it exists? See, there's Mahavishnu. He's the first Purusha. He deals with the material world. Okay, the material world is like a mirror for him, you know, and so he expands himself. Puts himself in the mirror as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu, like that and so on, you know. And so when there's no mirror, there's no Shirodakshay Vishnu, no Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Yeah? They didn't exist in the first place, really. You know, they existed only as expansions. You know. Paramatma realization is that you see the hand of God in things, like that and so on. So it's a materially, you know, expressed thing. There's no Ananda. You can't have any Ananda with a Paramatma, only Sat and Chit. Right? Yeah. It's so hard for devotees to understand this because we always see everything, Krishna doing everything. You know, we see that the Paramatma is the hand of Krishna, like that. And so therefore we see Krishna. Yeah? Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vadochanina. But somebody who hasn't come to that level of personal relationship or conception of God, he'll see just, you know, Paramatma, controlling feature, principles, rules, the environment with a capital E, you know, understand? No? More or less. Yeah, okay. So that's what the Paramatma, so there's no Paramatma in the spiritual world. But in the spiritual world, everybody is a transparent via media, right? You know, everybody is connected up to everybody else, like that, talking, and it's just like the floor is a person. Hey, fella, don't dance so hard. You know, there's something. Could you dance over here for a while? I got a itch, you know. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what it is. The ground is a person, the grass is a person, the sky is a person, everything is a person in the spiritual world. You can't, you know, you can't hide. So there's no there's no Paramatma, but there's an unlimited number of Parampara. You know, Krishna is putting his foot in the Jamuna, right? And the Jamuna is connecting up with somebody else, you know, yeah. The mothers, they all know Krishna by direct perception, but they know Krishna better through their sons, right? Yeah. Kunti's trying to figure out who is Krishna. You know, he's going to leave. So her conclusion is, you are the friend of Arjuna. I know you, you're my nephew, but I know Arjuna, he's my boy. And when you're in your internal consciousness, I'm going to ask Arjuna, why is Krishna doing that, Arjuna? Because of this, Mataji. Oh, thank you. Yeah, see? Yep. So but in the spiritual world, there's like, you know, maybe coming through 45 people, but each person's actually enhancing it. So in the spiritual world, everybody wants to be in the bottom end of the parampara, because it gets improved all the way along like that. Yeah? Yeah. You try to do some service in the spiritual world, and Radharani is trying to push you out of the way. Yeah, right? Yeah, yeah.
There's unlimited living entities in Goloka, Vrindavan?
Everywhere. They're innumerable. Every material universe has innumerable living entities.
Is there only one form of Krishna in Goloka, or is he manifest in many forms?
Wow. Yeah. This is what Lord Chaitanya discusses with Sanatana Goswami in the chapters. Watch this. Chapter 21 to 25. Oh, Madhya 40 years, I got it figured out. Yeah. Instructions to Rupa Goswami is chapter 19, then after that it's 5 chapters to Sanatana Goswami. This is, you'll see in our books many, many times, they're quoting from Sanatana Shiksha and Rupa Shiksha. You know, so those are very, very nice seminars. Have a separate seminar on those two things. Very nice, you know, standalone thing. Yeah. So there he talks about all the expansions, you know, sub-expansions, Vaibhava Prakash, Atadatmika Prakash, and there's Krishna. But Krishna expands himself to be between each gopi in the Ras Lila. Okay, what kind of expansion is that? Krishna expands himself in Dwarka, but he hasn't got 4 arms. Okay, you know, yeah. So he goes through all these expansions, but the primordial form is Shamasundar with 2 hands like that, you know, and in the Gopinath, yeah, that's the most intimate form. But Krishna is always expanding things, so it's becoming, you know, more and more, yeah. But it's not changing to something else. It's becoming, you know, just more and more deep, yeah. So there's one form, but that one original form, but he expands himself in so many ways, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand, if there's so many living entities, it's like there's one Krishna. It's like, how is everyone interacting with Krishna?
Okay, because we're all interacting through different parampara, different groups. But each of those groups improves it. Everybody can see the moon, right? Right? All see the moon? Okay. But you want a better view, what do? Yeah. But you got to know how to use the thing like that, you know. Yeah. So what do? The first lens, a compound telescope, means there's lenses focusing on lenses. That's what we have. So the first lens is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, right? All of us are simply trying to be like, represent him at this point. He's the founder Acharya, okay? He's the guru here. He's looking for a guru. Yeah. And everybody else is trying to like point out, you know, yeah. He's the standard, you know. When he probably established ISKCON, he said A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami will be the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and nobody shall share or occupy this place during his lifetime or afterwards. Yeah, so he established himself in that position. What does that mean? Okay, so we got to examine the first lens, yeah, until we know what the thing is and how it works and whether or not it has chromatic aberration or scratches on it or something else. And so, Prabhupada's available. Yeah. I can tell you, well, I heard from Prabhupada's lips. Reporter asked him, Swamiji, what will happen to your movement when you die? And Prabhupada said, I will never die. I will live forever in my books. Okay, now you've heard it from my lips. As you can, that's as much as I need to be a guru. I finished it now. Because now you can go to Prabhupada's books. And it's a fact. You investigate, you'll find out, yeah, he's there personally. And I don't like him. or I like him, but yeah. You can make a personal relationship. Yeah. So that's what's happened in the spiritual world. We're getting connected up right now to Krishna, you know, through Prabhupada. through the parampara. And the parampara has to be a living experience. You got to get to know each of the guys in the list there, to varying degrees and stuff, Narottam, you're singing Narottam Das's songs, and after a while you begin to actually appreciate, what he's thinking, what his attitude is and stuff, yeah. So we go through all the way back to Lord Chaitanya. Then Lord Chaitanya is powerful enough to take us, jump over everything, to go back to, to Krishna. Yeah, right? Was there really a Lord Chaitanya? Yeah. Did he really do all these things? And if you get that, okay, if he did all these things, yeah, there must be a Krishna, someone like that, yeah. Sridhar Maharaj, Prabhupada's godbrother, the Jagat Guru, was Jagat Guru? Yeah. He was asking me about some Prabhupada's godbrothers were printing some of these very esoteric books about Radha and Krishna. I mentioned this, And he said, can we print all these things about Radha and Krishna's, postures and all this kind of stuff, He said, yeah, he said the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, they asked also about printing these very esoteric things. And Bhaktisiddhanta said, yes, you can print one copy, right? Put it in a golden box and put it way up on top of the altar and pay your obeisances to it. So then Sridhar Maharaj, very advanced, he said, Baba, these things are way beyond me. I think I'm on the right path. Okay, that's maybe where we are. Krishna doesn't require blind faith. He doesn't like it. All he requires is that what you understood, that you're actually sincere about it. And yeah, I know this. I've learned this from you. I've learned that prasadam tastes good. Okay, it's okay. You don't go saying bad things or pretending it doesn't. Yeah. And initiation, you've learned, okay, first initiation, I've come to the conclusion that it's useful to chant 16 rounds a day, and I'm going to do it my entire life. That's all the contract requires. You chant 16 nice rounds a day, follow the 4 principles strictly. Right? That's all we're requiring now. Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter if whatever else, I should do this in this lifetime, okay? But you're not ready for second initiation, right? You're not ready for third initiation. You're not ready for 145th initiation. Yeah? So different levels. So we're joining a group, and Srila Prabhupada is the leader of our army, and different groups behind him, like that and so on. And then we're going through Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami, who is Rupa Goswami and who is Rupa Goswami in Krishna Lila? Okay, Rupa Manjari is she's a Manjari assisting. Which Saki? She's assisting one of the Sakis. Lalita. Yeah, isn't that right? Yeah. Rupa Manjari Manjaris are little girls, maybe 12, 10, 8, 9. And the Sakis are older girls, big girls, 15. Yeah. So we're specifically, our branch is coming through Rupa Goswami, who's Rupa Manjari, who's helping Lalita. And Lalita has her whole attitude about things, right? Which is different than Vishaka, which is different than, Tunga Vidya, the 8 principal expansions of Radharani. Radharani wants to cook for Krishna. Radharani wants to dress up for Krishna. Radharani wants to sing for Krishna. Radharani wants to dance for Krishna. Radharani wants to be a psychologist for Krishna. But, so what happens? Boom! She just explodes, right? So she explodes as her 8 Sakis. And each one of those embodies a different mood, a different nature, which is her. But it's her at different things like that, So Lalita is the oldest. She's 1 year older than Radha and Krishna, and Radharani. She's giving everybody else advice. She may be 16 and Radharani's 50, but she's experienced, so on. So if Radharani comes back, Krishna gave a flower to what's his name, to Chandravali, and it was one of my favorite flowers, and stuff, and she's crying, So Lalita puts her chadar over her shoulder, and she's going to go off and talk with Krishna now, like that. Hey, lover boy. Like that. So Krishna sees Lalita coming. It's like, in that mood, it's just like, he's got to go. Back off, Lalita's heading here, so on. So that's what we're, parampara is coming through like that. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that that's our eternal swarup. Maybe some of us are going to end up in Ayodhya, Some of us belong someplace else, But at least in terms of marching out of this fire, and connecting up to Krishna, and we're doing that. Yeah. So, okay. So that's what's happened in the spiritual world. There's always different paramparas. And we have Diksha Guru and many Shiksha Gurus. Yeah. So it's it's a lot to understand. We only want to know enough so that we can apply it. That's what we're concerned about. Guru Tap is unlimited. Balaram is unlimited, ever expanding. So we want to know enough about Guru right now. Yeah. Prabhupada says in the story of the Matsya avatar, Matsya's creation, some people say it's difficult to find a guru. It's very easy. God is guru. Okay. So you got your choice. Got the two pills here. God and the devil. Okay. Better cigars, better brandy, better parties. Yeah. And once you make that decision, and maybe you have to make it, then you've got a guru. Yeah. But then Prabhupada says after that, then we start refining the issue and stuff. Because it's, going to guru directly is, he's just too great, forget it. You've got to be too perfect, to approach him. So we approach him through Jesus Christ, who's the Logos, Guru, or through the Prophet Muhammad, may his name be blessed. Yeah. Or Confucius, Socrates, yeah. Or A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Or Krishna, or Arjuna, okay. So here at parampara, but you don't need it there because there's no matter there, right? Everything is, and you associate with what you want to associate with. Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple more. Maybe we just real quick here. I'll finish this off then. Finish the chapter section off. Okay. My Lord, I have seen all kinds of incarnations. Lord Shiva says, you have exhibited by your transcendental qualities. And now that you have appeared as a beautiful young woman, I wish to see that form of your lordship. Okay? It's a good idea. He will say, you can go ahead, Shiva. Yeah. When Lord Shiva approached, purport Lord Vishnu inquired about the purpose of Lord Shiva's coming there. Now Lord Shiva discloses his desire. He wanted to see the recent incarnation of Mohini Murti, which Lord Vishnu had assumed to distribute the nectar generated from the churning of the ocean of milk. And finally, my Lord, we have come here desiring to see that form of your lordship, which you show to the demons to captivate them completely. In this way, enable the demigods to drink nectar. I am very eager to see that form. And tomorrow, Sri Sukha Uvacha. So stay tuned to find out what happened after Lord Krishna stayed to see the form. I can hardly wait. Like that. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra ki jai. Back to our heads. Ki jai.